How's it going, peoples? As promised, this is the feel review of the LG V20, as it is actually uploading the feel review for the LG V10. I told y'all it was going to take me 2 seconds. So I'm going to talk about the LG V20 the same as I did the LG V10. This is not a spec video, as previously stated in the last video. This is a feel video, so I'm going to tell you how I feel about the phone as an owner of the phone, not really as someone who just bought the phone to make a YouTube video. I just thought about making a YouTube video just to do it. So this isn't going to be edited or anything. This is just going to be a raw feel review. So let's talk about this thing. The metal design on this is just gorgeous. When I looked at the LG V20, I thought gorgeous. When I looked at the LG V10, I thought, it looks good, and it feels good. When I looked at the LG V20, I just looked gorgeous. It's simple. A lot of people want all this extra and extra and extra, and it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. It doesn't need any of it. LG found a way to make this phone simple, and it looks really, really good. Simple. It's still tough. It still can handle rugged drops. I've seen plenty of reviews on this thing dropping, as well as the V10. And this thing right here is just really gorgeous. It's really pretty. Now the one downside is it is slippery as hell. Now I will tell you that it's very, very slippery. So you want to have a case. I have my case right here. I don't really have my case on my V10, even though I always put it on my V10. I really didn't care if I left the house. I wouldn't freak out if I left the house and didn't have my case on my V10, because if it was in my hand, it was in my hand. This thing, not so much. This thing will slip out of your hands. You will drop it. But LG did do a good job making sure that they made this phone completely durable. So if that did happen, just a little ding or a little scratch would appear. That's really it. No major damage. Sometimes no damage at all. But overall, I love this phone. Now, LG did perfect by putting these volume rockers on the side of the phone. I hated, as previously stated on my last video, the volume rockers on the back. That irritated me. I don't mind the fingerprint sensor on the back. Speaking of the daggone fingerprint sensor, this thing, you don't even have to friggin' turn on the phone. Like on the LG V10, you had to wake the phone and then fingerprint sensor. Here, you don't. If the phone is completely off, you don't need to press the button at all. All you need to do is touch it, and it unlocks it. I'm going to show y'all that. I'm not going to push the button at all. I'm just going to touch it. It's unlocked. That's crazy. It does a little vibration letting you know it's unlocked, and it's unlocked. Now, it does do it super, super quick. So sometimes, let's say you just wanted to check your notifications, it will unlock it. Like I just wanted to poop, and just to look, it will unlock it. But I don't ever do that anymore anyways. I got used to that when I had my LG V10. I just used the double tap to wake up and the double tap to sleep. I first got introduced to this feature on the Windows phone, and I loved it on the Windows phone. It worked really good, but it was rugged. On here, it works every time, and I barely have to double touch it. It knows it's being double touched, but I barely have to double touch it. It's the quickest double touch I've ever done in my life, and it'll do it. Just barely even double touching it, and it'll wake up. So, do I adore this phone? I do. Now, let me walk y'all through exactly what I love the most. I thought the LG V10 was the most completely customizable phone in the world, but that's not true. The LG V20 took it that much further. Now you can even customize how big the in-system apps are, as well as third-party apps, to make the phone look that much cleaner and smoother. So Oh, I'll talk about the notification window later. But God, I mean, where is it? Is it in display? I think it's in display. It's hard to look at the video and tap on whatever I need at the same time. That's not even display, this general. Jesus. That's your font size. Well, I know it's in here somewhere. I know because I did it. Like, you can... Jesus, where is it at? Is it in theme? No. I don't know where it is. The actual setting for it. And it's kind of a shame that I don't know where it's at. I think it's here. Display size. Yeah, there it is. You can set how big the icons are in the system. You saw that change? Of course, I have it on the smallest setting. It just makes the phone look that much. But what's beautiful about it is not only does it do it for how the outside apps, it does it inside the apps itself. So notice how settings is small. Like the how they crunched it together to make it smaller. Like I can't really explain it. Like, I'd have to have the LG V10 and the LG V20 next to each other to show you. But everything in Facebook is smaller, like just shrunk down. Now, this thing is uploading my my YouTube video, so it's going to be a little slow. Because I'm using LTE, I'm not using my Wi-Fi. So the phone performance might be a little slower opening and closing apps. So I might want to wait until that's done, but it's almost finished. Gosh, do I love this phone? Yes. Why do I love this phone? Because it doesn't try to be fast. The LG V20, the LG V10 was fast, and it showed you that it was fast. This thing contours itself to how you use your phone, and I love that. So that swipe, like, I'm not trying to swipe really quick. It's just smooth. Like, the interface is just really, really smooth. If I want it to go extremely fast, it will. If I want it to slow down and take a breather, it will. If I want it to boost the levels, it'll boost. Like, and then if I don't want to boost them, it won't. Like, the LG V10 was just on blast 24/7. And I think that's what drained the battery on the LG V10 more than the LG V20. Not really that it has a bigger battery in it. Because if the LG V20 powered itself as hard as the LG V10 did, it would lose battery as quick. Now, it does have a 3200 versus the 3000 in the V10. So that's not really fair to say, but I work tech support. I work for Apple. This is my work computer right here. But how Apple can have a 2900 and compete with this 3200 says it's not just the battery size, it's how the system uses it. And if the LG V10 would just slow down, you know what I'm saying? Like, just slow down a bit, then it would save that much more battery. Now, this thing does come with Nougat, so it has smart cleaning and stuff like that, and they have what's called, I think, Doze to Go, so it'll use less battery life. But this is what I'm talking about is the LG skin, how LG built the device and built its software. It's just really smooth. If I want to play a hardcore game, it'll play it. If I want this thing to swipe really quick, it'll swipe quick. If I want to just swipe it nice and smooth, it'll swipe smooth. Like, the LG V10 was just quick. So this phone is nice and smooth. Like, but if I want it to go fast, it will. But like I said, it is uploading my video up. I think it's done. So now I can show you how fast it brings up apps. So it's not as fast bringing up apps, I'm not going to lie, as the LG V10 is because it's so smooth. It wants to give you a smooth interface experience. So if you're looking for super, 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 super quick, I'd go with the LG V10. Now, is the LG V20, 20 slow? No, not at all. Let me wait till that goes away. Is the LG V20 slow? Not at all. No. Not at all, not the slightest bit. Is it smoother? Yes. It's way smoother than the LG V10 ever was. That's opening, closing apps. That's everything. Now, on my last video, I did say that I did talk about the Q slide. Now, instead of the Q slide being up here, they put the Q slide down here. It's one of your home touch buttons. And it doesn't have as many Q slides as the LG V10 did. Like the calculator, for example. The calculator isn't down here. And I have to go and open the calculator app to use my calculator. So now the calculator is running in the background. I don't like that. The LG V10, it would just do a nice little pop-up, do my quick addition, multiplication, whatever I was going to do, exit out. No running in the background, no none of that. It does that for almost everything else. I wish this was customizable, and it probably is. I haven't had enough time to completely play with it. When I got it, I was working, and I was working the last 2 days. So today's the actual one day that I had to actually play with the phone. But I haven't been playing with it much because I was like, okay, let me do a quick feel review for both of the phones. So if one of y'all know how to customize this, I would love to know from you. But I wish, to my knowledge, this was customizable. Because I'm not going to use the file manager as a QSlide app. And I'm not going to use @email as a QSlide app. I'd use the Gmail as a QSlide app, but not the @email. I'd like my calculator down here. I'm not going to use video as a QSlide app, even though that was an option on the V10 as well. I do love that it's available for calendar. I wish this. I think it's because I'm in low light right now. But then there's a window right there, so you're not going to see everything in complete clarity. But the reason why I love the LG V20 more than the LG V10 is the fact that the phone isn't trying to be fast. It's trying to be smooth, and it is. But if you want it to go fast, it will. It'll contour itself to the user's usability of it. So if you're a power user, it's like the chip knows you're a power user, and it will open every app quick as hell. But if you're a laid back user like me, then it'll be laid back with you. It'll just be completely laid back. But if I want it to go fast, it will. The fingerprint sensor is completely friggin' amazing. The dual cameras on the back. I'm not a rear camera guy. I'm not to the slightest extent. But I've actually loved the rear cameras on here, and I'm going to do a separate review for the LG V10 and the LG V20, showing pictures and videos and stuff like that, so you guys can see how that is. Now, I don't really know where to begin with this phone because I've just been ranting for the past 13 minutes. But where to begin on this phone, it's the LG V10 smoother. That's what it is. It's the LG V10 smoother with rear cameras, a better fingerprint sensor, volume rockers on the side, and nougat. Other than that, it's the LG V10. Oh, and the bigger battery. Other than that, it's the LG V10. It's a smoother experience. The nougat is better. I love this feature. I just love that. Like they made it even more one hand friendly to multitask, other than the second screen up here. You can only do it between the last two apps used, so I can switch back and forth. But if you have those apps, let's say I wanted to use, let me clear all. Okay, so I cleared all. Let's say I had Facebook open. So Facebook's open. Let's say I wanted to go into messaging. Messaging's open. And then let's say I wanted YouTube to come up. YouTube's up. And then I wanted to check my bank statement. So I can use, let's open one more. Let's say Google Play. Okay. So we have 5 apps open right now. But let's say I wanted to continue to switch between Facebook and Messenger. So I would click on Messenger, then click on Facebook, right? And then I'm scrolling. My hands are down here. Right now I'm not using my phone with 2 hands, which I should. And I wanted to send a quick text message. Yes, I could use the quick message reply from here. And yes, if the message popped up, I could use the quick reply feature on the second screen, which the LG V10 cannot do. I can just pow. Do what I gotta do and then pow. So the LG V10 cannot do that. Now that's a small feature that makes a really, really big difference. And then boom. Send another text message and then boom. Go back. If you have them set up correctly, then it'll do it. And thankfully the LG V10 gives you a visual of where you have those apps open at the second screen. So you don't have to guess to try to get the apps correctly like you do like on the Samsung Galaxy S7 or so. You can just look up there, okay, I know if I press the 2 buttons down here, the Messenger app is going to appear. I don't have to guess that. And then if I press them again, Facebook's going to come back. But then I wanted to go ahead and change the song, boom. Or pick another song, because if I wanted to change the song, I'd just go here. Pick another song, boom. And then I know, since it's still a visual, Facebook's going to appear if I do this. So I wish the LG V10 had that, but if it did, the LG V20 wouldn't be looked at as an upgrade. So I love the V20. Like I said, this is just a field review. I'll go into deeper specs and stuff later once I've had the phone longer. But I just wanted to give y'all my personal opinion. If y'all want to go pick up a V20, I recommend it. Like I said on my last video, if you don't have enough money for the V20, because it is a pricey phone. This phone is about $800. If you don't have $800 or about $350 to get it shipped to you through T-Mobile, then I'd go with the V10. It will give you everything you're wanting in a phone. Trust me, because the LG V20 isn't even waterproof. So I'm not big on waterproof anyway. Even if it was waterproof, let's say I had a Samsung Galaxy S7 or 7 Edge or an iPhone 7, whatever, I still wouldn't take it near the water. Like, that's just me. That's me being paranoid. Because somewhere in that fine print is going to say, water damage isn't included because it's a waterproof phone. Somewhere in that fine print. Or that one time where I just got too comfortable and took my phone in the water, and it's that one time that one drop decided to sneak through the crack. So I'm not a waterproof guy. I really don't care that the LG V20 isn't waterproof, because even if it was, I still wouldn't take it near the water. I still wouldn't take underwater shots. I still wouldn't do any of it. Water and electricity naturally just does not mix, and I won't do it. That's just me. So the LG V10, you're not getting a shorthand. If you have the LG V10, should you get the LG V20? I say yes. Because you had the usability of the LG V10, and that would make you love the LG V20 that much more. Because it's still your LG V10 with minor upgrades that make a bigger difference. If I'm making sense. So like I said, if you don't have enough money for this phone, get the LG V10 just like I did. You will not be disappointed. It's still quick. You saw how quick it was. It's quicker than the LG V20, honestly. It's still quick. The fingerprint sensor is great. It still comes with the same amount of storage, same amount of RAM. Hi-Fi DAC, even though the DAC on this is a little bit clearer. It's the same phone with minor upgrades, like I said, that make a bigger difference. And then if you have, Google Play, which I do, then you're a music person, and you automatically get YouTube Red, which I love, because on the LG V10, like I said, I had to pause the video, go to do my message, and then go back to the video. Well, you can just keep the video running. So if you pay for stuff like that, $10 a month, it's not that big a deal. Then I'd go with the LG V10. You're not missing out on anything. Like I said in my last video, I'm gonna make sure I do a separate video on pictures, low light included on both phones, so y'all can see the picture quality on both of the phones, which is they're both awesome, really really awesome. But you see how the usability of the LG V10 was just always quicker. But I love how smooth the LG V20 is. I just do. I don't complain about it at all. My phone does not need to pull up Facebook in 0.2 seconds before I get upset. Like, it does not do that. I'm a patient guy, and it's not slow by any means. So if I want the phone to be fast, it will. If I don't care about the phone being super quick, then I don't care. Like I said, I don't hammer my phones like a lot of people do. Ram pack it with a lot of stuff and then slow the chip down and complain about how slow the phone is. I don't do stuff like that. If I want to sell this phone, I bought it for $700. If I want to resell it for $550, I can, because of how smooth and good it is. And that goes for my LG V10. I mean, my LG V10 was $400. If I want to go ahead and flip it and sell it for $350, I sure can, because it's in perfect condition and it works great. I don't hammer my computer chip and wear it down. So if you're like me, the LG V10 or the LG V20 is perfect for you. I'd get the LG V20 if you had the LG V10 and you can appreciate the LG V20 more. If you haven't had either one, I'd start out with the LG V10 just because it's cheaper and you're not really missing out on anything. Well, I'm not going to say anything, but too much. And then get your LG V20 if you're not one to just get the newest phone out. Like me, I could keep this phone for another year and get the next phone that come out, because I know I can keep this phone running for that long, 2 years even, running for that long, and won't complain, and the phone will still act as if it was brand new. Then, like I said, I always have my case on, so the phone's gonna be spotless anyways, just like my V10 is. Let me know what y'all think about the LG V20. There really wasn't as much to say about it as the LG V10. Oh yeah, let me talk about the notification window. So, I don't know if y'all can see this perfectly clear or not. Maybe I should down this, shit.